今日何曜日? It's 日曜日. Today's April 28th, 2024 here in Pacific, California. 12 miles south of San Francisco. 51 low, 58 high. It's still in the kind of chillaxing area that is 10 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius. Just, I don't know. Let me just take it real quick. So I just got back from Nick's. The best beer of the day is the beer that you are having after you had maybe too many. But all you Medaka heads out there, the MedakaMetal and Medaka today is all you Medaka heads. So come by attention, Chaya. All right. Couple things, or one thing that I wanted to mention today is size. Size matters. Here is a container that has, these are in, you see the meters on the bottom, these are in centimeters, right? So like you have 1 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. In inches, like 2.3 is about an inch. And this is a question that I do get asked a lot. For people that are breeding or people that are trying to buy, they're like, what size should I get my Medakas at? And the answer is, whenever you talk about or look at size, right? When you're talking about size of the Medakas, you're always looking from the tip of their mouth to the end of their tail, not the fin. So don't include the tail fin. All right. So the ideal size that you want to purchase or sell for people that are selling, try to get a little bit more, is at, you see the 1, you see the 2, that's in centimeters, okay? 2.3 is about an inch. So when they are at least 1.75, so I would say like 2/3 of an inch, that is like the ideal size that you would want to purchase or sell. As a seller, when they are shorter than that, it is very difficult to sex, especially for certain breeds or certain lineages. But the most important thing is when they are shorter than that, you just don't know how stable they are, like physically as well. So for a lot of people that are buying or purchasing Medakas online, meaning that you're going to get them shipped, right? Via pretty much USPS is the best way to go, from my experience. You don't want to have them ship, or you don't want to ship anything that's kind of like, they're still kind of too little, too small, they're still fragile. So at a size where you're at like 2/3 of an inch, that's like a little bit over 1.5 centimeters. Data point where they're pretty stable. So these boys and girls, this is just a quick sample that I scooped up from here. Some are at that point where they are safe to ship or to buy or sell, and some are not. So random scoop. That was a bad scoop. I only got one. But again, the way you measure them is from the tip of the mouth to the end of the tail, not including the fins. So let me go to another tub I have out here where they are ready. They're ready 100%. If I could figure it out to zoom this in. Oh boy, let me just take a real quick sip. All right, let me see. It's difficult doing this while you're watching or looking at the screen and all that stuff. Let's see. All right. what did I get? I got two right here. Let me place this up here. I don't know if it's going to zoom properly, but all right. So these are your zakuras. All right. So this one's pretty lined up, right? So this one is about 2.5 centimeters. So that's about an inch. So anything over like 2/3 of an inch is like, for me, this would be the size that I would be offering as a seller, or if I was a breeder, or when I'm looking to purchase, I'll look for something of this size right over here. Let's see. Actually, I haven't picked these boys and girls up for a while, but they look pretty nice. Let's see. Let me see a little bit. It's been a while since I've been outdoors. The other thing is, I have been contacted a lot, like, do you sell Medakas? I'm not a breeder. Um, just I'm just a beer drinking dude that likes Medakas, and I keep them. And so how I respond to that is, do I sell? Well, if I have surplus, meaning when I have too much, where I'm out of space, I typically place them on Craigslist locally here in Pacific California Bay Area. Um, I'm just looking at the spine right there. So this one over here, the spine is pretty straight. The one on the right now. The one on the left right now, it's questionable. And again, I'm looking at the spine. You don't want bent backs because they will transcend that genetic defect. So this one over here on the right, I've never used as a breeding mate, just because the back isn't straight. Nor will I ever release this or offer this to the outside world. This one is a male right over here. But like, you see how the vertebrae is kind of bent, goes up and down, versus this one over here where it's relatively straight. The one on the right is straight. So a lot of these things, Medakas are known for their beauty from the top view, but actually the most important thing is to watch them, and look at their formities from the side, because when you have defects, especially when you have some defects from spine, bending spine, and all that will transcend to the next generation. It may not come right up, but it will, in the long run. And it's called calling, right? You want to call out all the deformities, regardless of how they look from the top view. Super important. So what am I trying not to say here today? Yes, based on the question I got, do you sell? I'm not a breeder. I really don't. If I have surplus, I put them on Craigslist. And do I ship? Yes, I have shipped. When people do ask me, I ask them where they are, and try looking locally first. The reason why you should start looking locally when you are looking for your compadres is because the climate, the environment is very similar to where you are. So chances are the Medakas that are in your area have already adapted to the environmental conditions where you live, right? Rain, summer, fall. You have the snow, you have the tornadoes, and all that stuff. So that's what I recommend. However, if you do not have anybody in your area that has Medakas, then I'll say, yeah, I will. I can ship, as long as, or if I have surplus. So long story short, going back to what I wanted to discuss today is size matters. As a purchaser, what size you should purchase, and what, as a seller, what size you should sell, I guess, release into the wild. If it's too small, um, again, anything over 1.5 centimeters or 2/3 of an inch is okay, I think. Or that's a guideline that I follow when I am asked to sell or if I'd look to purchase. So, all right, keeping it really short, 10 minutes in. We'll do it again next time. Medaka is catching up over here in the USA, and it's pretty awesome. By the way, a lot of people or people that have um, the whole food thing, yeah. So I think I had I gotta say honestly, man, I wasn't expecting that much of a feedback, but a lot of people wanted to try out the foods that I had posted on Instagram and here on YouTube, and they're like, "Let me try it out." So, but based on that, I think there's a need um, for for speed, need for speed, just like Tom Cruise, Iceman, Top Gun style. But um, there's not there's not really anything readily available here in the USA when it comes to Medaka food, just specific food. You can get the Koning, the gold package over on Amazon. You could go on eBay, and there's a bunch of stuff. But the stuff that I, I looked at when I was back in Japan like 3 months ago, and watching or seeing what the real breeders are using in Japan, I think there is a space for that. So um, I think I've decided that I will try to legally import some food that is not readily available here in the U.S. For the Medaka. So hopefully that'll that will get going, or whenever I get my ass in gear and all that. This tank over here is my forever tub. It's a Costco 27-gallon tank. This tank is awesome. These are the original Mukis. In case you want to know how like Medakas look like after 2 to 3 years, well, these boys and girls are 2 to 3 years. Uh, you'll see some Yozakura. That one's probably like a year and a half. This is like the forever tub that I have. All the seniors that I've used for my breeding pair, and all the deformed ones that I do not release to the wild end up in this tub over here. I just did a complete water change on this tub a couple days ago. So they're swimming along, looking pretty nice. Laser like. Laser like. Alright, so this is my pride and joy. Watching my forever home, the boys and girls like laser like just swimming along. I know the shadows aren't the best. It's pretty hard trying to get these guys in focus, but they are pretty awesome, my opinion. I think so. All right, we'll do it again next time. Domo arigato. Uh, MedakaMetal on Instagram is where I can be found. DM any questions. Instagram. Let me just take a real quick sip again. Oh yeah, right. MedakaMetal Instagram. We'll do again next time with all these little fellas. All right, bounce.